disclose nothing. By the fourth day, I was convinced that I'd made a mistake, that I'd violated some protocol, that I should have actually asked my private secretary, maybe he should have got the information for me, and I forgot all about it. About 20 or 25 days later, I had a file on my table that thick, and the front page on the file was a printout of my email saying the Honorable MOS has desired the following information, please make it available to him. So my email resulted in a file about a foot thick. We've come a long way from there. We've come now to a point where I very rarely, if ever, see a paper file. I think the only paper files I sign are the ones the Chief Secretary brings to me at the end of the cabinet meeting because we sign them and then they go to the Honorable Lieutenant Governor. Everything else comes digitally, and that's made life for us a whole lot easier. It's also opened a completely different challenge because now every file is time-stamped. So all of us get into this competition to see who can have the strangest time that they've cleared files. So I hear horror stories of some officers who set alarms for 3 o'clock in the morning just so that they can sign the file at 3 o'clock in the morning so that the rest of us think, wow, this guy is really hardworking. While the rest of us are sleeping, his or her file has a 3 o'clock in the morning timestamp. But then that's the way it is. And another huge change for me is the way in which we have adopted technology to have meetings. There was a time in my previous term in office where a meeting with my district collectors meant I had to get them to leave the districts, come to either Jammu or Srinagar, depending where the capital was, and then sit down and meet them, as a result of which I think that happened probably once a year or twice a year. Now it happens at the drop of a hat. Again, both good and bad. The good thing is they're easily available for meetings. The bad thing is we tend to drag them into meetings where we don't actually need them. And we need to be a bit more disciplined in terms of using this facility so that they're not present just at the drop of a hat. So my point is that the technology is available, the opportunity is there, the goal is in front of us. We just have to use it to make sure that it works right. If we have a single window, it should actually be a single window. In my experience, I find that a single window actually leads to another window, which probably leads to a ventilator, which leads to a wall behind it, and doesn't actually work the way it's supposed to. So this is where workshops, conferences, meetings like this help, because all of you are working at the cutting edge. You're working at the grassroots level. You're working in districts, in parts of the country far removed from here. You have your own experiences, we have ours. And when we sit down in rooms like this, it gives us an opportunity to share what we are doing with you, and also face-to-face contact. It makes it easier for us tomorrow, having met all of you here, to be able to pick up the phone if there's something that we need to discuss with you or you need to discuss with us. So this conference, these workshops serve two purposes. One, they allow us to share best practices, but they also allow us to cement relationships between each other so that we're able to sort of maintain contact and do what we have to do. Because at the end of the day, whether it is myself, Dr. Jitendra Singh Saab, or the Honorable MP, we have the same goal as you, which is to ensure that the people get what they expect from us in terms of development, in terms of governance, in terms of services. They receive a government that delivers on its promises and its commitments, whether in education, in health, in development, or any other sector. And therefore, it's heartening that on a regular basis, 3 or 4 times a year, these large conferences are taking place. I'm grateful to the Honorable Union Minister that this time he chose Jammu for this. I hope, maybe if not this year, now that we've held this year here, maybe next year, sometime later in the year, we can entice you to come to Srinagar and keep this process going. But with the hope that the deliberations in this workshop will be shared with all of us so that we can learn from your experiences and improve our governance with the minimum of government. Once again, I welcome you all to Jammu and Kashmir and wish the rest of your deliberations all success. Thank you very much.